Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Rock and Roll Confessional.
Hey, CW.
Hello, Rita Wild.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's a
Awesome.
nice sunny day today.
Oh, I know. It's exciting.
Hey, a little announcement for everybody. Let you know our microphones were reversed a couple of weeks ago as Kevin Horton interviewed us for the podcast Breathe, Faith, and Creativity. It was really fun and so different being on the other side of the microphone.
And yeah, it was definitely, I think we're both able to not be like responsible for content, but then relax a little bit to give content. So I think we were a little looser. It's a good podcast and Kevin did a great job. So thank you, Kevin.
So you can find the episode on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. Again, it's called Breathe, B-R-E-A-T-H-E, Faith and Creativity. Also, special thanks to co-hosts Derek Ngoy and Kristen Mendoza for making it so special. Appreciate it, guys, very much.
Our new episode is with Toto's frontman Joseph Williams and lead guitarist Steve Lukather.
Luke.
They've each released a new album, which comes out on 2/26/21. Steve's is titled I Found the Sun, and Joseph's is titled Denizen Tenant. The two joined us for a fun conversation from Luke's home. Such great guys.
They were. And he's such a, he's just a little troublemaker. But he's so funny.
Luke.
Yeah.
Luke and Joseph, I didn't really know much about him, but man, what a great talent he is.
God, what a great voice.
Yeah. They not only talk about the making of each of their new albums, but working as Toto and what's up with that, and their friendship since high school, what bored band members do while on tour, and plenty of fun with these two.
So here we go with our interview with Steve Lukather and Joseph Williams from Toto.
Thank you, both of you, for taking your time out to talk with us on Rock and Roll Confessional. Real pleasure to speak with you. I've enjoyed your talents for many years and really enjoy both of the albums that you're putting out. I mean, they're really different. Denizen Tenant and also I Found the Sun Again from Steve Lukather. So both albums are great. CW and I were just talking before we got on, just, how comfortable, how much in the groove that album is, and then with yours, Stevie was talking about, just how it had this great kind of 70s vibe just still to it.
Well, that was what I was going for. So I'm glad you got that.
Progressive rock that I feel like we've been missing all these years stood out like there's no tomorrow.
Just got great guys in a room, threw some charts up and rolled the tape. And it was old school, man.
It's that easy.
Yeah,
huh?
Exactly.
Well, we did a song a day, everything was live, solos, everything, I overdubbed a couple little bits and pieces afterwards, but like in the frame time of one song a day, did the vocal at night.
It's still the best way to make records in the end.
Well, you get a performance. It's not like, okay, let's put this all together and make it perfect.
Yeah.
One track at a time with all the bells, whistles, and tricks. And, I thought it'd be different to do it. Nobody does it that way anymore.
True.
Yeah, did you record on an old track or?
No, the only thing we did was we did record direct to Pro Tools, but we used it as a tape machine, not as an excuse.
Yeah. Now, you guys have known each other since you were like in high school.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, high school age. He's a few years older. I think I was 14, going on 15. He was 16, 17. Going on 17 around the time that we met. And it was in the Valley. He was playing with bands and also starting to do sessions, I think, at that time when he was as young as 17, 18 years old, and I was still a teenager who was singing in a band that played around the same schools and stuff like that in the Valley here. And he knew my brother and sister.
Yeah.
And so that's how we met.
Through Oakwood School,
right?
We went to school. I had a bunch of friends going to school, John Pierce.
Exactly. And same, I have friends at your school.
Grand High School, right? We'd all play at each other's schools and we'd see each other's bands and stuff, It was a healthy competition thing. It was fun. We were just kids,
What's nice about that, though, is that, you kind of grow up with some of the same people and you keep your same selves. I mean, obviously your both lives have gone on and become great successes and stuff like that. But the individual things that you had in yourself, the individual friendship, that still lasted. And
that and the humor. We have this childhood humor that follows us all the way now.
Well, yeah, but I mean, our friendship has grown completely.
Yeah.
I mean, we were kind of acquaintances in the younger days and stuff, but Luke has always, just in my time in and out of the band, Toto has always been, just even long before I was in the band, a great friend. Always, but we've gotten much closer.
Yeah, especially in the last year, we're locked up. We're the only people we could see. Flesh and blood friend.
Did you work on each other's albums?
Yeah.
To what extent?
Well, Luke, he had set out to make his record, before mine. He had his time in the studio set up with those musicians, completely separate band, with the songs already sort of charted and in mind and everything. There were a few original pieces that were not quite finished, that I came in and helped
me with the lyrics, helped with melodies and stuff.
Exactly. And then other than that, I was in and sort of sat through him doing vocals and stuff and just helped there.
Helped me a great deal. Did some background vocals for me. Yeah, it really made a big difference.
Just did a few background vocals, but that's it. Other than that his album was like literally just like 70s style, just doing it all right in one place. That was my involvement on his.
I mean, his record was meticulously produced, like a classic, like Peter Gabriel or something like that. I compare it to that because I think it's that good.
Yeah, I agree.
And production and arrangements and vocal layering and uniqueness and inventiveness.
The harmonies. I love the harmonies on Joseph's album.
Always better, man.
God.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
Thank you.
All good stuff. I don't know. We'll probably just cross talk both albums and stuff.
We're all in this together. It's all good.
Because they're going to be actually released on the same day, February 26th. But I also found that you guys are releasing a little box set that, you can purchase both albums together, and it's got all sorts of great little stuff.
Pretty good companion piece. I mean, I suppose if you put it on shuffle, you might get what might be as close to a Toto record as you're ever going to get,
Yeah.
And the great thing about it is that, his album features virtuoso musicians that weren't necessarily ever in Toto, but could have been and might as well have been, they're also like family. And the same is true for
there's Greg Bissonette toured with us once,
exactly.
John Pierce was in the band. I mean, and then, of course, Paige, who's and then Joseph. So there's a little bit of Toto on both records. You use a bunch of the different guys from past ages.
Exactly. So it's both albums work together in that way, and in that all the other musicians that worked on it have always worked on all of the projects that we've done. The idea of putting them together and packaging them and putting them out as a sort of a package came after the fact, because both these albums were really made as individual projects, and then the idea of packaging them together came later once we were finished.
And if it were normal times, you'd be out on the road touring with both projects, right?
Exactly right. Yeah, and we still plan to do that. That's the idea. This would be the new material that we would add to a Toto concert, a long Toto concert where you would
opening up the possibilities of set lists.
Exactly.
Ad infinite. I mean, besides the obvious hits that everybody wants to hear, which we'll play, and then some deep cut surprise ones, and now we got our solo stuff to add a brand new spice to the Toto live shows, which is going to be interesting for everybody. It'll be fun for us, and we'll bring the crowd with us, because legally there probably won't be a Toto album. They'll just be the way we do things. Right. Maybe Dave's going to put out a record. He's working on some fun stuff right now, from what I understand.
Or we can do Dogs of Oz albums. You
never know. we may just do it different. We'll see what happens.
But it's great stuff.
What is the future or the presence of Toto? And would any of these songs have originally gone to a Toto album?
Well, the answer is that, like, if for example, we had come off the road on our last run and everybody in the band were still sort of on the same page and we were going to keep touring or whatever, and there was no pandemic and everybody were in the mood to do some new music, then the answer would be yes. Does that make sense? But none of those factors took place. And so no, there's no way that was going to happen.
Yeah, I always write for the project. I don't like hold songs and go, well, this one's for me and this one's for Toto. I mean, whatever's writing is happening is for the project that's happening at the time. And I always wait till the last minute.
And my point is that there's always writing going on, and we want to use it wherever we can. So if it can't be a Toto project, it's going to be a solo project, if that makes sense.
I mean, at this point, we're doing it for the art because, there's not a lot of big money in recorded music. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah,
it's so true. It's so sad.
Toto's got almost 3 billion streams, and I'm going, where's all the money?
I'm
trying to get it out of the record companies, like, really pulling teeth.
Right.
Well, are they even making anything? Or is it Spotify and all the...
They're making more money than they've ever made in their fucking lives.
Really?
Millions a day. They have no overhead. They're crying poor. They have no overhead anymore.
That's crazy.
They make it really hard for the content creators, to get our freaking money.
Yeah,
it's in the contract. What's the matter, man?
But we love them. Don't get them wrong.
Well, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about Sony. I'm talking about Sony, not Mascot.
Sony, yeah, absolutely. Sony.
I spoke to the president of the label, Mascot. I mean, I have a real relationship. This guy actually cares about people. This is a great label.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the big guys that are faceless. You can't ever get to who's in charge.
Yeah.
Because they either get fired or it's like, oh no, he does that. Oh, you want your money? You have to talk to him. It's like, oh, good. You got to sue me for my own money.
Right. You have to hire a lawyer, spend millions of dollars to get $50,000 that you're owed.
Pay him 25% of whatever you get from your small percentage of what you get when the record company gets 90 or 85.
Yeah. Just doesn't make sense.
But they really just go like this to us every day.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you got more money when albums were released on vinyl or CD opposed to streaming?
Come on. You're talking about a micro percentage of pennies as opposed to $1.30 a record.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Let's do the math on that. You sell 1 million units, you still make a lot of money. You get 1 million streams, you get $6,000 taxable and have to split it with everybody.
Oh my God.
So you get about $40 for that, by the time it's all said and done.
Congratulations.
It's great. It's great to brag. Man, I got 1 million streams. Like, black people go, Greg, how much money you make? Like $40.
Yeah.
That's the difference. So if there's so much money in the music business now, it's like, well, I'm looking for it with lawyers and everything else, man. They trickle it out. Oh, sorry, we forgot. It'll be in the next statement. Well, we're 2 years behind. Well, we live in a computer world. You're 2 years behind. Fucking A, man. Get with the program. What computers are you using? A little Dell you bought in 1983? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, something needs to be done.
It's like the people that run the country. Everybody, well, they're all full of shit. Both sides. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry, did I say that? I'm gonna get hate mail now.
No haters here. No haters.
But you're not gonna put this on YouTube, are you?
Not YouTube.
No.
Not that part.
Yeah, right.
It's the same like radio. Radio used to be so much fun, which was
radio used to be powerful. Now it's been marginalized, and people are losing their jobs, and what jobs are left are being taken over by computers. Oh, I feel your pain. I understand.
Yeah, people broadcasting in several different cities.
I haven't hugged anybody in a year except for my nuclear family.
Yeah.
Well, Joseph's right next to you. Do you want to give him a little something?
Oh.
I love this man. If it wasn't for him, I'd be in a rubber room somewhere.
It sounds like you got somebody else special in your life too with your song, I Found the Sun Again. It's so inspirational, and it's a love song, I think.
Of course, yes. Amber inspired a beautiful song, and she's a wonderful girl.
You've been together long now, or?
No, about a year.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
Well, it's hard under these conditions. We'll see if she can make it.
If you make it through this, then.
It's been a hard year for me to take somebody that's used to being on the road for 220 days a year and just say it's no more. Can't do it.
No.
It's like taking away your greatest passion in life. Like my doctor goes, you should get out and run. I go, you've been able to be a doctor for the last year, haven't you? What if you weren't? What if you were walking around your house like me? I said, I don't want pain pills. I want anesthesia.
What about finding the bright side of that? I mean, because of your kids, you can spend a little bit more time with them and get to know them.
You go first.
Well, that's absolutely true. I mean, my daughter just had a little boy, so I have a grandchild.
Oh, congratulations.
So, yeah, so I'm over there a lot. spend a lot of time doing that. And other than that, I occupy my time just trying to find things to do for work. That's why I do the videos for the tunes. I'm not trying to be some great filmmaker. I'm just like, I just like to do it.
Oh, we had fun. For mine, it was a goof at my house, man. It was really a lot of fun. We just did it. I mean, come on, we had nothing else to do. We didn't get the Spielberg budget. You know what I mean? It was just Joe's iPhone and his quirky mind having fun with me. Us here at the house.
Yeah.
But his new video, when you see that, it's actually a real film. You know what I mean?
I saw the last one, Liberty Man, last night, and the first one, Never Saw You Coming. Those are two in the pocket great songs.
Thanks. I really like the new one.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
In terms of the pandemic, good and bad, obviously horrible first, but yes, it's given me a chance to be with my family a lot more. They're used to me being on the road, more often and everything, being away for months at a time. So for them, it's great. It's great to be, have gotten the time to get a lot closer and stuff, especially with the new grandchild. But they also recognize that Dad needs to get back out on the road.
Get out of the house. Get out of the house.
Yeah. We are two people that, like, for our mental health, literally, we need to play soon.
Yeah. I've been doing this since I was single digits playing gigs. You know what I mean? Same. So it's like, you took away that. It's like, it's that long and more than it is, I'm financially in trouble. I mean, fortunately, you save money over the years, but
that doesn't last forever.
That doesn't last forever, especially after 2 divorces. I got younger children too, and they're stuck in New Jersey, and they have been since December because my youngest son is autistic, and it makes it really hard for them. So I have a longing for not seeing my children. And some stuff that goes down, behind the curtain that nobody sees. That we all have personal issues and lives, and the pandemic has hit us, hard, especially just everybody in our industry who tours.
All the riggers and all the truck drivers. Oh my God.
Hotels, the buses, the caterers.
You can't do it. I mean, there's security. There's no venues to put people in to have a show. So, so we're hamstrung. We're stuck here like prisoners.
What is the most fulfilling part for you guys for touring? I mean, what gives you the buzz? Is it like walking on stage, hearing that crowd? Is it giving a guitar solo?
I think it's the farting on the bus.
So you just need a bus pulled up to your house, Luke, and you can just go out and practice.
That's kidding.
I don't think you are, actually, because I know about your humor. So
you know each other well when you travel.
I love you go out. I was just kidding. He goes, I don't think you are.
I don't think you are. No, right. I'm a goofball. Never say that.
It's pretty obvious. The best part is the show.
Yeah, come on, man. We live for that.
Exactly.
That's a payoff that's more than money, man.
The rest of the 22 hours, at least for me as a singer, is completely about upkeep. It's about getting enough rest and water and but also trying to get enough rest, which some relaxation between shows. It's not easy. Yeah. That part's not easy, that kind of maintenance. But which means that when the show happens, it's like, that's like the best part of the day. You know what I mean? It's talking to the fans and doing the show, and then the rest of it is travel and and more work.
Steve, you have a reputation.
I know. I'm sorry.
Other than the farting.
That was the least of it.
No, the farting is fun stuff. I was thinking about you could just get like a little tour bus and, and that's where, so-and-so lives, drive around Hollywood and have people pay.
If it comes to that, just put the bullet in my head. Bang. I had a great life. Let me go.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
I don't think I'm the guy for that. No, I really don't.
Okay. We've talked to a lot of people that you've come into contact with, all great musicians.
Listen,
many of them.
Those were nice girls, and they all knew exactly what the deal was. Okay,
we're talking about some of the male musicians. Those guys.
Put the disclaimer there.
Exactly. For legal purposes, absolutely.
Totally kidding. I'm sorry.
But CW, should we go with that now?
So we did an interview with one of your, I guess, friends. And at the beginning of the interview at that time, we were asking, since it's called Rock and Roll Confessional, we were asking, what do you want to confess? So I want to play this quick little minute to you and see if this brings up any memories, Luke.
I have a confession.
We need to hear it.
The rumor is true. In 1985, you could have seen me walking around stark naked nude in a 5-star hotel in Japan when I was playing with Toto. Now, let me fix that, all right?
Okay.
So here's the story. It's about 3:00 in the morning. I'm on the phone talking to my wife at the time, and got my underwear on. I'm just in bed going to sleep, and all of a sudden I hear knock. Scott, what is it? It's Lukather, come here, quick. And I'm like, what? What is it? I'm on the phone. He says, no, come here, quick. It's Jeff. I said, what? So I say, hold on, honey. I put the phone down and I run over and I peep through the little door, right? I look through the door and there's Jeff Beccari. He's leaning against the wall and he's like he's passing out and they're holding him up. And I go, what the heck? And I open the door flies open. They grab me, pull my pants off, throw him in the room, close the door, and run down the hall screaming, run away.
Oh.
So I was stark naked in this 5-star hotel in Japan at that part of the moment. So it's true.
No. That's Scotty Page, who I love.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was on the road with us in 1985, and we were in Japan and drunk on sake. Me and Jeff were just hammered on sake or whatever. And we said, let's go fuck with Scotty. Scotty, that was his nickname. So we knocked on the door, and he answers it with the phone and a towel on. Like he just got it. All he had was a towel on. So when he answered the door, I ripped the towel off, and Jeff pulled him out and pulled the door closed. So like the phone was still hotel phone, long distance to L.A. And he's turning around going, hang up, because it's like $30 a minute, right? And then what we do is we run to the elevator, and the elevator just, he's butterball naked, and the elevator closes, and Jeff and I are in the elevator. And we just left him on the floor to fend for himself.
Jesus.
It was brutal. He's like the nicest guy in the world, too. That's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
We were just young and being, hoodlums, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, we got nothing to do. We're drunk. Let's have some fun with the guys in the band.
Wow.
So, Joseph, did you get an initiation from Luke?
I don't know. Not really.
It's a daily initiation.
Working with you?
For 50 years.
He towards the end of the last tour that I did when my voice was going like fucking shot. He did introduce me one time to the audience. He said, ladies and gentlemen, the former lead singer, Joseph Williams.
Did I really do that? Wow. Man. That one, man.
No. But it's in the same sort of spirit as your hoodlum days.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
but that was that's how Bob Dylan fires the guys in his band and crew. It's the only time he ever introduces them. On lights tonight, I'd like to thank Tommy. He's done such a fine job for us. And the next, that night he gets his pink slip. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd like to thank my bass player, blah blah blah. And he's on the next plane home. That's what I've heard anyway. I mean, I can't swear on that. Bob was always real nice when I was around.
So, Steve, is there another time you initiated a band member that you can tell us about that was?
Let's say the guy hazing everybody. It was just what I do since I was a little kid. It's like, I'd be the guy just winding everybody up out of boredom and silliness and looking for a cheap laugh. You know what I mean? Yeah. Boys with too much time on their hands. Like when we're working, the work is serious. But if we're traveling and hanging around backstage with nothing to do, we all have demented senses of humor. So we just play with that in any which way. Everybody has their own way of being funny, their own style.
Don't give Luke a magnifying glass and an ant.
Okay.
I would never do that to an animal. I'd do it to somebody else, but I wouldn't do it to an animal. I just put it on the back of their neck or something like that.
To your ex-lead singer, right?
They don't realize why their neck's on fire.
To lead singers.
Yeah.
There was really only one that I just didn't get on with. Everybody else was good people. They just,
they just couldn't sing.
I'm still friends with Bobby, man. I mean, poor guy's going through his Alzheimer's.
It's dementia, right? Or Alzheimer's?
It's terribly sad, man.
You keep in touch with him?
Yeah, a little bit. We just try to say, I love you, man. We had great times. And he'll be lucid for a minute and then you lose him.
And also it's his hearing too. I mean, he really, really can't hear anymore. And the odd thing is that his voice, his ability to actually sing those high notes and stuff is still there, like completely, but he can't hear when he sings that loud voice that he has. It shuts off all other sound everywhere around him, so he can't sing like in tune with anything.
Yeah,
but his strength of his voice is actually still there.
Oh yeah, he'll still blow you out of the room, man, with no microphone, man. I mean, he was always like, "Back up, Bobby, you're a little too loud." He'd be like 20 feet away from the mic where everybody else is huddled around it.
Yeah, he just can't hear. That's the main thing.
That was where it started to go wrong, but then but he's a lovely guy. We dedicate a song, play one of his songs live, and shit. I mean, there's no bad blood there.
Yeah.
And Fergie was a lovely cat. I mean, he passed away, but he was we just wore him out. The keys were too high, and he tried. The only guy that was weird was the South African guy they tried to put us with for a minute, and that was a little bump in the road in our career. And the tracks were great. It's not even that guy's fault. It was just bad casting for the rest of our music.
Yeah.
He's carried a hate fest for me for 30 years, and I'm like, dude, you're wasting your time. I don't hate you. It just didn't work. We just weren't the same kind of people. And Joe was one of my best friends and always was when he was out of the band. So, I mean, there was never any bad blood.
No, and the thing was not with anybody else in the band. If my pipes had held out and stuff, I would have stayed in the band.
Yeah, we would have had a different history.
A different outcome,
I wish we'd slowed down. We were so busy to stay busy. We never slowed down, and in the singer's defense, we wore them out. And,
but it's true.
The hardest gig and the hardest job on the gig.
But in the band's defense, the thing about the job that I learned now is that the singer has to do certain things to take care of oneself to do the job.
Well, there's that. And I had to listen. I was fucked up too. I'm not pointing a finger at anyone.
Yeah, but
I almost drank myself to death.
Yeah, but singing's different. It's your instrument's different. And when I was young, I didn't know how to do those things. That's one aspect of it.
We were just saying you were a natural talent. The first tour was incredible. The second tour we just burnt you out.
It was a long show.
Did you party a lot, Joseph, at the beginning?
I totally did. Absolutely did. Way more.
I didn't, of course.
Yeah, we believe you.
Sure.
I did way more than I should have, and
we all did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's harder when this is your instrument.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If I was sanding my fingers every night when I said I couldn't play, then everybody would fire me too.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here. We want to read a quick review by Ari, Aarree. I guess it's Ari.
Everything Ari.
Ari says, I'm a big fan of behind the scenes of anything in Hollywood. Rock and Roll Confessionals podcast feeds that interest for the music world. Keep up the good work. So
Thank you, Ari.
Thank you, Ari. Our podcast relies solely on support from our listeners. We get no other money, so we are asking for your help as we do each week. All it takes is a small pledge a month to help keep us going. That's right, as little as $1 a month. Please support us by going to Patreon or to our support tab on our website, rockandrollconfessional.rocks. All right, Reitz, you got a cool Toto trivia question?
Let's roll this one out to see if people get this one. Toto released a studio album called The Seventh One in 1988. The album contained a hit single inspired by the then girlfriend of Toto's lead singer, Joseph Williams. What was the name of the song? Pamela? Was it Leah, Anna, or Rosanna?
All right. Now get ready for our second half of our interview with Toto's Steve Lukather and Joseph Williams.
What do you do for your voice, Joseph, to make sure that it stays that way? You mentioned water and sleep. And
yeah, I do all of the opposite things of what I was just saying about the old days.
It's stronger now than it ever was.
I mean, the first thing that I did when we came back in 2010 is I went and worked with a good teacher, coach guy, who started me from scratch and just like really and taught me that like you have to do this kind of work and exercises daily, just like you were learning an instrument, practicing an instrument, because singing, just like anything else, like an instrument, is perishable skill. So you have to work on it daily. So I still do that every single day, just in some forms, those exercises to keep the instrument in shape, number one. Number two is that I just don't do any of the shitty things that I used to do to myself that aid in making it, in hurting it, and do more of the things that help, like getting better sleep and just keeping hydrated. And if you do those two things and just don't behave like an idiot,
that's my job.
But no, but you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Behaving like a more mature person. It's not hard to maintain the voice. You know what I mean? If you just do those things.
It's still, but it's that dedication and learning how to breathe and all that kind of stuff.
Especially when you have two hands around your neck squeezing.
Yeah.
But that's where the teacher came in.
Yeah. No, I think that's great.
For like 3 years, I relearned how to do all of that stuff.
That's fantastic.
How to breathe right and how to do all of that kind of stuff. Absolutely key. If I hadn't have done that, I wouldn't have been. It would have been a different story the last 10 years.
On your album, Steve, you've incorporated a couple of songs that were some of my all-time favorites. You know, like Low Spark of High Hill Boys, Bridge of Sighs, and I never knew that Low Spark of High Hill Boys was missing a guitar, man.
Well, I just took the place of the saxophone, you know.
Yeah, but it needed it.
Started sax through a fuzz tone anyway. And, you know, I love Steve Winwood and I love Traffic, and it's an homage to that. And it was the kind of song that lets everybody stretch out in ways. That was the whole vibe of the whole record that I wanted to do, was this live in the studio jam things like they used to do in the late 60s. That Jimmy used to have like live guys. You could feel the room. Yeah. I wanted everybody to feel like it slows down, it gets quiet, everybody's kind of like finds their way back again. It's real. It's not rehearsed. It's not planned out.
Yeah.
And that was what I was really excited about capturing in an era when nobody does that. I mean, It might sell 14 copies, but at least I did what I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the quality of how it was recorded and everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2020. I mean, it's high five as far as that goes. But the intent and the way it was recorded and the playing and everybody's improvisations on each tune. Those were songs that I picked to dedicate. That was the era that I wanted to recreate in the modern time. So I picked those songs because they're some of my favorite artists. Joe Walsh is one of my all-time heroes. He's also a dear friend.
Welcome to the club. You covered.
Yep.
I mean, I did that in high school, and Joe's just one of a kind, and I wanted to pay homage to him. And Robin Trower, the song Bridge of Sighs, really means a lot to me. So having it's so cool. And Robin didn't get enough love, and we both share that love for Hendrix. So I mean, it was just kind of like an homage to Robin and Jimmy and all that whole wonderful era of live in the studio with a vocal overdub recording, you know.
And Run to Me, that sounds like a, in the pocket hit single. And of course you got Ringo playing on that too.
That was written specifically by Joseph, David Page, and myself for Ringo's 80th birthday in July, because we couldn't have a party for him. And so everybody we put songs together, little videos, and he played on this one. He really liked it. And I said, well, we put it out in the summer just because it's a happy song. It's written, obviously, it's very Beatley and ELO and Tom Petty is because we all love that stuff. So it's an homage to Ringo and the Beatles. And he dug it, and we put it out, and we had fun he made a little video with an iPhone and put it out there. It's got like over 550,000 views or whatever, so the boss came through for me, my dear brother, man.
Yeah. Cool. It'll be fun when you go back out on the road doing Ringo's tours to maybe play that one.
After this, we're going down to Capitol Records to hear the new EP that we worked on. Joe and I wrote a song for. This is going to be the new single. And, I played on the Diane Warren song that everybody was on for the holidays.
Right.
And, she's great, and I love him. Yeah. So we just get to go hear that in 5.1. It's like, so he made a wonderful little 5-song EP, man.
Is that Ringo did that?
Yeah. It's coming out soon. Okay. So we get to compare our song, and he was really proud of the way it came out.
Excellent.
I want to go back real quick to the 3 covered songs that you did, because I think I love the fact that it's an homage to those artists. But to me, there are 3 songs that we don't hear anymore. And it's really sad. When I heard those on your album, I'm like, God, why doesn't radio play these great So, I mean, I know why they don't, but it's bullshit.
Radio's a computer now.
Yeah, I know.
It's AI. There's no tastemakers anymore. Used to be your local, FM DJ would go, "Hey man, I got this cool new," whispering into the mic. "Hi,
Too glad.
I heard this beautiful record. I'm going to play side one."
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That shit doesn't happen. That used to have me be like, "Awesome, dude."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
In our blacklight rooms in the 70s.
Yes. With the velvet posters.
How my eyes look? I got to go home, man. Am I cool?
Right.
Yeah. Dude, maintain your blowing. My mother would be like, why are your eyes so red? I went swimming over at Bobby's house.
I'm really tired, Mom.
And then I mean, it's like 1970 here, okay? You know what I mean? It's like a way back machine.
Back when weed was a huge felony in California.
I know.
Oh,
I got done in for it, man.
Same.
It was erased from my record, so I can lie about it. It's okay.
Yeah.
I got my global veteran card.
That's just crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about Denizen Tenant again. I loved your cover of "Don't Give Up." Just such a great song.
God, Peter Gabriel's originally with Kate Bush, and now you have your daughter on it, correct?
Yeah.
God, she's got an amazing voice, and that's so hard to do. And that when you're not supported by any really other instruments or anything, it's just your voice, and she does so well with that.
Yeah, she's got a very angelic quality to her voice, and none of it is that's not adjusted or tuned or anything. That's just her natural voice, and she's ever since she was a kid, she's been sitting with me in the studio, and so she knows like microphone etiquette and studio etiquette. And so she's so easy to work with, number one. But the whole idea behind the song was a fluke. I just was watching the Kate Bush and Peter Gabriel version video on YouTube, and I just love it so much. And I literally just turned around to the piano and just started playing the changes of the song and singing it. And then I just kind of hit record and started putting vocals down, layering vocals with the mic I have like right next to me, and got carried away and just sort of finished it. And then later on, the idea of like, okay, who's going to sing the Kate Bush part? And then the thought occurred to me that the way the lyric is, that the conversation could also work between a father and a daughter.
Oh, yeah.
And so Hannah was a sort of a natural casting call.
Now, is she the one that was pregnant?
She is the one that is now the mother of a 3-month-old. Yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
There's no talent in the Williams family at all. Sad about the father was such a disappointment. The kids, so much talent. Even the ones that don't want to do it have no talent at all.
You can even say the same thing about the Lukather family.
I got one. And my son, he's the only one that's got the bug so far.
Yeah, my daughter Hannah, who sang on the album with me, is a great singer, but she's studying psychology. So she's also very smart because she's in the music business and says, well, I want to have something else.
Yeah, what's a good idea these days? You can make about $25 in the music business. Got to pay taxes and share it with everybody, but just
It's about $1.75.
Your son's band is Lavara.
Yeah,
I've heard a track from them. They sound great.
Automatic, man, new single. Proud of him. I could burst into flames. He's such a talented, wonderful kid. I should be so cool as he is. Man, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Josh and Jules. Jesus, Jules, what a singer, man.
Yeah.
This guy scared the shit out of
unbelievable.
Scare the shit out of the best tenors of our era. I'll tell you that.
That's great.
Me being one.
No, and he's a wonderful kid. These are great kids that really love the music and they deserve the shot.
Yeah. Have you heard Wolfgang's album?
I heard the tracks. It's fantastic. I mean, I know how proud Ed was of him.
Yeah.
He knew
he loved
music, and needless to say, my ass is still kicked in from that. I mean, that hurts real bad. Ed was 40 plus years, and I can't imagine how Wolf and his family feels. I talked to Alex, but I'm glad Wolf has a project to work on right now in the midst to kind of help him through the pain of losing his dad, because they were incredibly close, just like me and my own kids, so like we are with our children, But he was an only child, so it has a little bit more pain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I send my love and my great I can't say I'm proud. It's not my time to be. I'm so happy that he's so talented and things are working out for him. Yeah. And I wish him the greatest success that there is in the world. He's a good kid, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not a kid anymore. He's a kid to me because I'm 150.
You look great. Joseph, speaking of kids, your dad is John Williams, and I'm just wondering what...
You're kidding.
How was his guidance, and what was his influence to you all the years you were growing up? What was it like having him as the father?
It's not just him. It was my mother too, who sadly I only had for the 13 years of my life. But she was a singer and had a wonderful musical sense of humor, and was kind of his singer. She was the singer in one of his first bands in high school and stuff, and used to sort of sing melodies when he was writing stuff. My point being is that from the time I was born, and I was born after my siblings, music was already a sort of the first language in the house, if you know what I mean. So we were all sort of had to learn instruments and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So in terms of like what was his influence on me, everything. How else do I answer that?
It's his dad.
No, but in terms of musical influence, I mean, both my parents. I just, by the time I was like 8 years old, I was like, I'm going to be a performer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you were lucky that you knew that was your direction that you wanted to go.
It was not a hard decision to make. That was what my parents did. And it was like, I'm doing that.
Well, that's the same thing with my kid, man. He's like, I took him on the road and dragged him on stage to jam, and it was over. Then he was never going to be a doctor after that.
Yeah.
Now, the years I was composing music for television and raising kids, my dad was also a huge help, because I would call him all the time and ask him stuff like, how do I do this or that? Orchestrate for this.
Can you babysit?
Well, yeah, he's not a babysitter type. But he
babysitting the kids.
No.
Oh no.
But in terms of like his availability to help and advise and all that kind of stuff, he's remarkable and always been my greatest teacher.
I love the fact that you sing Hakuna Matata. Is that you singing it?
Yeah, that's me. Right at the top line there, and the rest of Simba when he's
awesome. It's like one of my favorite movies, man. And the place.
That was one of the greatest gigs, and will forever be grateful to Chris Montan and the guys over at Disney that called me to do the original demos and eventually come back and do the session for the thing. I was lucky because Elton John, they decided to put the performance that I did on the flip side of the album, which was all Elton on the one side. So it was like a $20 million seller. So just my little piece of that, just as
that's like having the fifth of Beethoven,
whatever.
You know what I mean? It's like or you get the incidental music of Help on the Beatles, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, it was a wonderful thing. It was like a huge change, life changing thing. But not anymore though. But also just the idea of being a part of a Disney thing like that, and you know what I mean, that I knew will sort of last and everything. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, Walt only molested him a few times. It's just like a lollipop, Joe.
Exactly.
It's just like a lollipop. I'm going to get sued for this, right? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm a sick man. Look at this fucking face.
We have some fun questions to ask you. Not that we've been not having fun.
But it's time for the bonus round. This is where if we had big, valuable prizes like a tour bus...
or extra money.
You could fart on, you could win it, or extra money, but we don't. So
now we get a scathing case of herpes. You see it right in your house.
Yeah, but the good news is it's tax-free. Unlike your royalties, it's tax-free.
I'll take
it. All right, gentlemen. What was the first concert you went to? Joseph?
Well, the first concert I went to as a child was probably a concert of something my mother was in when I was a kid. I can't remember exactly what it was, but she did lots of stage performances and concerts and stuff as a singer and that kind of stuff. I can't remember, but that would have been the first concert, probably when I was 6 or 7.
I saw Three Dog Night at the Forum.
Oh, very cool.
Loved that band.
Yeah.
I got to work with Corey Wells on a couple solo albums when I was a teenager still.
First rock concert would have been the Monkees at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, there you go. Was Jimi Hendrix opening?
They may have, but I don't remember him. I don't remember it.
An awful black man making that noise. Davey! No. Actually, Mickey's a friend of mine. I've always been a big Monkees fan.
Yeah.
They made great records. They had the Wrecking Crew behind them, and they're great singers, and I thought the songwriting was killer.
It was great. It was all really well done.
I thought the show was great. And they've taken shit for it. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, they're really a fun, talented. God bless the guys that left the room, but I know what that feels like. But Mickey and Michael still got it going on.
They're waiting to tour, like everybody else.
True.
Well, it's more than it's like once you join the circus, you can't not be in the circus anymore.
Right.
It's like you're circus people. You're never not circus.
Right.
People.
Once you're a carny, you're in for life.
That's what it is. And carnies we are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When they drive on, they make me go on the freak bus. They roll fun for the guys with no arms and legs and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I went to my first freak show at the Sacramento State Fair when I was about 1967.
Really?
Swear to God,
show?
I went to a real freak show. There was a lobster boy. There was
what was the lobster boy really like?
No, he really had like no fingers. They were like a claw and a thumb. So he would just kind of clamp them together like this. There was a rubber man who had taken ribs and bones out of his body to make it contort different ways. He could make wings, skin wings, jump up out of his back and flap somehow.
How do you discover a talent like that?
I don't know. But anyway.
What would you say to your 19-year-old selves? Looking back, I mean, you both had some really great careers. And
oh, man, I can say this one. Save your money and don't do the hard drugs, asshole. That's what I would have said.
Same exact message.
Good.
When you're young, all of a sudden you get all this shit and all this crazy shit's going on around you. You just, okay, I guess this is how it is, And
and the other message I would say to myself is God, my boy, to pay attention to a little bit more about what people are saying. Listen a little bit better.
Yeah, well, that was always a problem. My mouth's got me in more trouble than anything. Yeah, because I'm an opinionated. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks, and I'll say it. Uncomfortable things to people or silly things to make people laugh that they would never say out loud but have thought.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No filter.
Filter was roasted a long time ago.
You guys did some great stuff with Mark and Brian for many years.
Oh, remember how fun that was?
Yeah, several times. Yeah,
Christmas shows
and all that kind of stuff coming into the station and stuff.
I miss human contact more than anything in the world.
Yeah. And laughing.
Nice. At least we have this, but I mean, geez, it's not the same thing. Getting a hug in person,
Speaking of hugs in person, who would you want to meet that you've never met, dead or alive?
Jimi Hendrix.
Good question.
That just popped out because it's somebody that I'd really love to meet.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably Abe Lincoln.
Really?
He gives you the really intellectual question. He's smarter than I am.
If I had,
You lost me after. What kind of strings do you use?
What's your absolute favorite guitar?
Well, I have the guitars that I play are my Music Man guitars. The one that I used on my new record is really my favorite now. It's the only one I use. But, I have a 59 Les Paul that's worth a ton that has a lot of value because it was on a lot of hit records and has a lot of great memories to me. George Harrison played it. And,
wow.
I mean, it's been praised very high, and it's, one of the rare ones in the plants. It's a famous one. I used it on a lot of the early stuff, a lot of the sessions and stuff, So, I mean, I keep it, hidden and safe because it's worth a lot. But, it used to be my favorite guitar. I mean, like I said, I love my Music Man guitars, but I have them all. I have a collection of a lot of different stuff, Fenders and Gibsons and stuff. We all do.
Yeah, it's true. You, Joseph, anything?
How many guitars do you?
Or piano?
Well, I have a Yamaha upright, a Yamaha 6-footer. I have.
It's a piano too.
Yeah. and a piano. A bunch of electronic keyboardy things. I use something very small in my sort of my main setup right now. It's also set up for film editing because I've been doing all of these videos. So my little scene is perfect right now. But I don't know. I got tons of gear.
What band do you guys regret never seeing live?
Beatles.
Same. I mean, I've seen McCartney dozens of times.
Yeah.
And let me see.
And what a band, man! Great guys. I love all those.
And I've seen George and I've seen Ringo, but I never got a chance to see John.
Yeah.
Or them together.
Yeah, I got to work with Paul and George. George was a friend, and Paul's always been really sweet. I mean, I've had a couple, 3 times got a chance to work with him. And Ringo's my pal. I adore more of these women.
Were you supposed to go on the tour that was supposed to happen last summer with Greg Bissonette?
I've been in the band for almost going on 9 years. I think I'm the longest member. I told him he had to kill me to get rid of me.
Just watch out what he says on stage. We'd like to introduce Steve Lukather.
See him in an hour.
Yeah.
But, I mean, safely. But
yeah.
But, Mace is a very special human being to me, man.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
And him and Joe, I love the fact that, they both had that really bad problem and they both have made it to the other side. And
we've all had the problem. I haven't had a drink in 12 years. I mean, I stopped all the madness a little while back. I stayed a little late at the party. You got your shit together a long time ago. And,
it's just wonderful to see how happy they are. Yeah.
Well, they are, and they're really beacons for AA. I think they're the finest example of what that is, what it's supposed to be.
Absolutely.
Certainly helped, a lot of my friends and family. I've also lost a lot of friends and family because of it. And I almost lost myself, so it's nothing I joke about.
Yeah.
But do you got a beer? It's just always a wise ass. My mother would slap me.
To both of you, what is your craziest Spinal Tap moment in your career?
You are aware that I produced the second Spinal Tap record, right?
And that you just played with Derek Smalls at the Wiltern. We saw you there.
Did? Okay, well, he's a friend. I've loved all those guys ever since then. With Spinal Tap, was a little. I remember going to see it with the band when we were doing our second album. We were the only ones laughing. Everybody else was going,
I don't get it.
We're cracking up going, what the fuck are these guys? This is before we knew. And, it's one of the greatest movies it's probably the most quoted film ever, I mean, as far as in our business anyway.
I have a great Spinal Tap story.
Yes, Joseph.
I went on tour with Jay Graydon and his what we called his all-star band in 1994, and it was throughout Europe and Japan, and I was in the band. Bill Champlin was in the band. I forget who. Sherwood Ball was in that band. Anyway, we played a gig at a club in Stockholm. And we were and the backstage area where we were was down a bunch of steps in this sort of dungeony sort of area where there was a bunch of small rooms for us to be. And the stage was up above and you could hear the crowd and sort of, gathering upstairs. And so we're getting ready to go on and we hear the guy upstairs go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Graydon and the All-Star Band." And we literally, the whole band are walking through the downstairs of this place, going to closets, bathroom, unable to find the stage, with nobody there to tell us it's right over here. I mean, we obviously found it in a few minutes, but it was for a minute there. We were all cracking up, going, "We're in this movie right now.
We're in the movie."
Yeah,
I've been in the movie too. I've lost my way.
Yeah, so that's my Spinal Tap story.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking your time and rescheduling. And congratulations again on I Found the Sun Again and Denizen Tenant, Joseph Williams. Great records. Really should be very proud of them. Mm-hmm. And then we'll have all the information on our site about where you can buy the box set and all that kind of stuff and
Thank you. We
all of your
appreciate
things.
that very
Check
much.
our websites wherever you can get there.
I appreciate that very much.
All right.
Thank you for coming back.
Thanks for coming. Sorry about the last time.
Thanks.
Glad we sorted that out. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.
Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
You know, that Luke guy he's a funny guy. He really is a funny guy.
It's great. Just such a great attitude.
Like you said, he says everything that we all think.
It's true.
he has no problem just letting it out. So
No filter.
no. And it was really good to meet Joseph. I had never met, well, I mean, Zoom meet, but I had met Steve a few times at NAMM and, at events we did at the radio station. But Joseph was really great to talk to him. So I want to thank them both for Zooming from Steve's house. And also special thanks to Steve Carras for helping coordinate the interview.
Autographed copies of the new vinyl box set, which includes both Luke's album, I Found the Sun, and Joseph's album, Denizen Tenant, can be purchased via the Toto website, totoofficial.com.
And you can follow Joseph Williams on Instagram at Joe S. Will. I'll spell this out in a second. 9119 JOESWILL 9119. Steve Lukather, Facebook at Steve Lukather and Instagram at Steve Lukather Official.
You can go to our website to check out our show notes. There you can find interesting notes on subjects that we've talked about in today's show, including links to order the new album box set autographed by Joseph and Luke, plus some of their new videos and much, much more. And got to hand it to CW again. Just has done an amazing job with the Rock and Roll Confessional.rock's website.
Thank you.
Daily content, man. Birthdays.
Thank you,
and
Rita.
all. You did really good stuff.
Thank you. And there's a really funny video of him. His video's on YouTube, but I haven't put it up, but it will be on our website. But it's kind of his response to his neighbor blowing the blower early in the morning.
Okay, good.
So you have to check that out. We always welcome our new listeners wherever you listen. Thank you for tuning in. Please share our social media with your favorite rock friends. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we ask you, of course, always to please take a few minutes just to write a quick review on wherever you listen to us. All right, Reitz, give us that trivia question again.
The trivia question. Toto released a studio album, the seventh one in 1988. This album contained a hit single inspired by the then girlfriend of Toto's lead singer, Joseph Williams. What was the name of the song? Was it Pamela, Leah, Anna, or Rosanna?
All right, give it up.
Everybody wants to say Rosanna. No, it's not Rosanna. It was Pamela.
Oh, see? Well, everyone, have a great couple weeks.
Yeah, enjoy the sunshine if you're in the sunshine.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.